All right, we're back and we erased all of our pencil lines. And now I've kind of focusing in on just the tube on the far side here. And this is our practice tube. We're eventually going to cut this off. So you don't have to do the whole tube, but you do want to start off with some practice. Because if you look at, let's see, gotta work with my camera here. Right here, I was practicing, and that is terrible. And so I'm going to show you how to make it look rounded and three-dimensional because you don't want it to look something like that. Okay, so I'm going to practice right here. And where the first I want you to practice is cool colors, because cool colors are a little bit easier than warm colors. And so if you get the cool colors down, I think you'll be more successful with those warm colors. So cool colors, purples, blues, greens. Okay, those are all cool colors. I'm going to start off with purple. And I'm going to press somewhat hard on my outside edge here. And it's really important that my pencil lines go this direction, following the form or following the curve. If they don't go that direction, it's not going to look 3D. So as I go towards the center, and when you're doing the cool colors, you have to do at least 3 cool colors. And colors that are next to each other on the color wheel tend to blend better together. So next to purple on the color wheel is blue. So I'm going to put some blue in here. And so I'm letting up on my pencil pressure, having a smooth transition. It's kind of like when we're using our pencil. And then I'm going to take this blue and I'm going to layer it over the top, not pressing very hard, of that purple I did. So I'm kind of making a blue violet. And I'm blending my colors right here, mixing them together. And then I'm going to let up on my pencil pressure. And then I'm going to transition into kind of a really light blue. Well, not super light, more of a teal blue, I guess. And I'm going to layer it right over that blue that I was using. Then I'm going to go back over to the edge of this side. I'm going to do the same thing that I did over on the other side with my purple. Remember, my pencil lines need to go this direction. As I go towards the center, I'm letting up on my pencil pressure. I'm transitioning. Okay, I'm not happy right here. I can kind of see where the purple starts and stops. Like I said, it's easier. You can go a little bit, I can lay in a little bit more. I'm going to turn my paper a little bit and make it easier for me. Okay, that's helping me a lot by turning my paper so I can pull towards myself. Okay, I'm letting up on my pencil pressure. I'm going to lay in that blue, so I'm making a blue violet over the top. I'm not pressing very hard with that blue to mix those colors. Those colors are kind of mixing together. And I could go back to the purple and mix some more if I need to. Then I'm going to let up on my pencil pressure. Hardly pressing as I go to the middle. And then I'm going to take that teal color, because right here, and you can see it really well, there's like a line, a start and stop line. I got to get rid of that. So I'm going to blend these colors. All right here, All right, I always wondered why there was white in the color pencils until became an art teacher. I thought there was no purpose when I was in high school. Like, why would you use white if you're like drawing on your maps or for social studies or something? But white is, you can use it, and I'm going to use it down the center here as a highlight, kind of where the light catches. And I'm going to press somewhat hard to give that highlight. Then black, I'm going to take, and this is the tricky part. You don't want to press very hard with the black because a little goes a long way. So I'm going to, on the outside edge, add some black. And you don't want to just stop and add black, like a stripe of it. You want to, like, here's a stripe up here. I'm hardly pressing and adding some black, and it's going to create what's called a shade. All right, so the middle was a tint when you add white to it for that highlight. And the edge here, we're creating a shade. And as I go towards the center, I'm going to let up on my pencil pressure and fade that black out. It makes it a little bit more 3D. So I'm going to turn my paper a little bit. Make it easier for me. And fade that black towards the center, not pressing very hard. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, if you look at these where the pencil lines, they were using warm colors. Warm colors are reds, oranges, and yellows. But they started off with the red, and we know the red is next to an orange in the color wheel. But their pencil lines, if you notice, are going the wrong direction. And what does that do? Makes it look not 3D. Okay, there's no curve whatsoever. It's just a bunch of striped lines going down there. So I just want you to be aware of that you want your pencil lines to follow that smiley face, sad face direction when you're doing it. So with the warm colors, I would definitely practice the warm colors on these sides before you go add a big tube, because adding black to any warm color is really difficult. You have to really hard, hold up your pencil pressure. Don't press very hard with the black. So let me show you that really quick here. So I'm going to do a good example here. So I'm going to go the right direction with my color pencil. Because once you get one tube of cool colors done, then you can move on to that warm color tube. But I want you, cool colors are a little bit easier. Try those first. But practice first and then go do. Just like anything, you're not going to get good at playing the piano unless you practice. So, and that was my problem when I was growing up. I didn't practice my piano enough. My mom would get mad at me. And to this day, I still wish I would have practiced a little bit more so I could play piano better. All right, so as I went towards the middle, I let up on my pencil pressure. Now I'm going to take the orange and I'm going to transition, layering over the lighter part of the red there. And letting up on my pencil pressure. And then I'm going to take some yellow down the middle. All right, then adding that tint where we have white or highlight down the middle. And then the black, okay? This is key. Do not press very hard. I'm like hardly pressing. A little bit goes a long way on warm colors. Okay, and then as I go towards the center, I have to let up even more on my pencil pressure. Okay, and I still want to follow the curve with my black. So I'm going to move my paper here just a little bit. All right, and then I noticed I want to transition a little bit more, so I'm going to take that orange, transition a little bit more into the yellow. All right, so you can see how I've used that outside edge as some practice. And then I'm just gonna move my camera here. So I've started my tube of warm colors, and I just want you to see this because not the whole tube isn't the same. So if you look at, I did red to orange to yellow, then I started orange to yellow, or red orange to yellow, excuse me. And then I did kind of some different fading of yellow, and then I'm repeating that. Don't do the same thing, like the same band all the way through on your warm colors. Rotate the warm colors through. Pink is also a warm color, so you could work some pink in there if you wanted to. Then I wanted to share with you complementary colors are colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. When you do the complementary color tube, that one I'm going to allow you to alternate because when you mix complementary colors together, you get brown. Brown is a very ugly color when mixed together. So you're going to alternate those colors. So for example, red and green, holiday colors are complementary colors. Chicago Bears colors, orange and black are complementary colors. Elkhorn colors, purple and yellow are complementary colors. So here you can see I started out red, green, red, kind of looks like Dr. Seuss to me. So I could do this next one, green here. So for your complementary colors, you don't have to mix 3 colors. All the other tubes, when you do warm colors, cool colors, and then you have to have 1 tube warm colors, 1 tube cool, 1 complementary. You can alternate those. Then you can experiment a little bit with colors like I did in one of my final ones, like a kind of a rainbowish colored one, and that was kind of cool and neat. So now with this single color, as I'm going towards the center, I'm letting up on my pencil pressure, showing a smooth transition from dark on the outside edge to light getting towards the middle. All right, and just like we did with the other ones, making a tint, adding a white, a highlight down the middle, lightening it up, and then adding black along the outside edge. So when you add black and make that shade along the outside edge, you're creating like almost like a forest green color on the edge here. Just gives it some more dimension to the piece. Okay, makes that look more 3D, like it's popping out at you, that optical illusion. Remember, follow the form with your pencil lines. All right, and so you have 1 tube that's warm color, 1 tube that's cool color, 1 tube that's complementary, and then, like I said, you can experiment with the